when you're starting out, you don't have that leverage. You've got to do everything in your power to show that you are worth spending 5 minutes to talk to, that you are worth having around, that you're adding something to the locker room. You are taking away a problem from a promoter or a booker's plate or their worry list or their to-do list. And then, oh, I just happen to be able to wrestle, right? That's how you have to look at it. So many people get involved in professional wrestling that it's the wrestling. If I'm good enough, opportunities will happen. Look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I hate to give you this hard truth, but I know a lot of talented individuals that are not booked as often as you would think or that they would like because they don't do the other things. They're not professional. They don't communicate. They're not reliable. They can't take direction. Okay. Tangent. I just bitch, moaned, and complained Friday night at our student showcase because we have 30 of our chairs that are normally for fans and ticket holders and customers, whatever verbiage you want to use, for them to sit on while they watch the wrestling. But there are 30 of them that we cannot use in that capacity because they are broken. They are bent. They are folded up. They have holes in the plastic or whatever, depending on the type of chair it is. Why? Because wrestlers don't listen. Oh my gosh. Talk about getting and shooting an opportunity in the foot. Hey, brother, for your finish, I want you to use a chair. It's under this ring post. Make sure you use it. And what do? They reach over the guardrail and grab one of the chairs somebody in the front row sitting in and uses that chair. Buddy, we have chairs specifically for that use, right? Stop using the actual people sit in chairs because those suckers are heavy duty. They're thick ass metal. Guess what? They hurt. But it's just following simple directions. Okay. People have lost opportunities because they don't listen to directions. So they're talented, but they don't fit any of that other criteria. So they're not getting the bookings. And on the inverse of that, I know a lot of people that aren't that athletically gifted or talented in the ring, but they're professional. They communicate. They figured out social media. They do as they're told. They're not problem makers. And they're so much better to have in the locker room because you know what you ask them is going to get done. And they stay booked a whole lot more than the guys that are super talented. So take that with what you will. And I'm not talking about, hey, I'm sitting in an office in the middle of nowhere and haven't actually been involved in a wrestling event in forever. I am involved on the back end, whether it be promoting, marketing, crew, production, whatever, on several events, several high-level events a month, as well as my social media, the Pro Wrestling Playbook, all of that stuff. So I see it. I watch it. I keep an eye on all the stuff that's on television. I watch all the weekly programs. I get sent videos from independent shows. Somebody does some viral spot that all the vets are like, oh, learn how to work, brother. Or, you're so stupid. Why are you doing that? Like all those clips. I see those clips. People will be like, hey, did you see this thing? And, shows, somebody took a leap of faith and tried something and it didn't turn out good for them. And, people are making fun of them. Like I see those things. I see the drama. I see the he said, she said drama that goes on social media. I see it all. Right. So this is coming from a position of I've seen it. I see what works and I see what doesn't. But 9/10 rule. Okay. I can sit here and I can tell you always do this, never do this, but there's always going to be that 10%, that 1 out of 10 time where the exception to the rule is going to work. Do not get so locked into that because 9 times out of 10, you are the rule, not the exception. That's why it's called that. So you got to know what the box is before you think outside of it. So please remember that. Let's try to be more professional. Let's try to communicate better. Let's work on some of those things. I've got some things this week that I've got to work on to try and help you guys be better. And the best way for me to make pro wrestling be better is to help the people in it be better. And that's you guys. And that's what I want to do.